you mind answering the four following questions?
Sure.
Can you tell us, how could you describe the current state of education in this area?
So depending on what size of area we're looking at, let's say we're looking at Kampala or we're looking at Uganda in general. So we have two different answers. So within Kampala, because it's a highly urban area, it's a capital city, access to education is much higher, but that would also depend on the demographic that we're looking at. So if we're looking at lower income, middle income, and higher income people, the levels of access to education are drastically different as you move between the different parts of the demographic.
Okay. Do you feel that education is a right or a privilege in Uganda?
So it's a tricky question because one, you would have to go past the fact that education is a human right. You now have to go into the realms of is affordable quality education. Let's say is quality education a right? It is not really, because it now becomes a privilege. Because one, let's say you have government schools that do provide free education. The lack of resources and funding sort of limit that access to education to become, let's say, subpar or not really high quality education or quality education.
How has the lack of education affected the lives of the youth, in your opinion?
So, in general, the youth probably always have limited opportunities, limited exposure to the world in general. You have challenges with professional and personal growth because they haven't gone to school or had proper education. That could lead to things like pregnancies, unplanned marriages, unplanned pregnancies, and forced marriages or under 18 marriages, and generally a lower quality of life. So there was a statistic from UNICEF, I think, about 2 years ago, and I think I pulled it up here. In Uganda, about 40% of girls were married before the age of 18, and over 24% between the ages of 15 and 19 began childbearing. So these stats were tied to the lack of education in general. And also, these figures tend to be higher in rural areas than they are in urban areas. So it really does depend on the access to education itself, depending on demographic as well.
Okay. Do you think there's a solution to this issue?
There are loads of different solutions, but it's something that has to be taken holistically as one approach from the government, but also different stakeholders like different schools and school management, school leadership all have a role to play within this in the grand scheme of things. But it's something that can't really be solved within a short time frame. We have to look at 10 or 20 years.
Thank you so much. Hello. How are you? I'm here to interview you about an issue, lack of access to quality education. You're going to answer the 3 following questions. We're going to go one by one. What do you think about quality education?
Thank you. Quality education.
Can you speak a little bit more louder?
Thank you for the question. I think quality education, everyone deserves a chance to get quality education in order to achieve their desired goals.
What may be the cause of lack of access to quality education? What do you think?
Inadequacy of resources, that is funds to acquire quality education, lack of good quality schools that can try to impart the quality education we're talking about. It could also be government policies and the establishment of those schools, possibly because
stands right now with this issue?
The issue of quality education.
Yeah.
I don't think we are doing well.
Why?
Because I don't think we are doing well because the majority of the school-going children cannot afford the quality education because schools here are expensive. Those that can offer
Yeah.
quality education, they are expensive. Most Ugandans can't afford them, and also access. Those quality schools are not everywhere. You won't find them in every village or in every urban center. So access, reliability to access those schools. Then basically it is about money.
The last question, do you think it should be necessary for everyone to achieve this quality education? Do you think everyone should be able to receive it?
I don't think that it should be right for everyone to achieve. I think it is one of access to quality education is one of the United Nations Millennium Development Goals. Every child must have access to quality education. So I don't think I shouldn't think that we should have it, but I know it is anyone's right.
I'm a teacher. Of English and literature and global perspective. How would we describe the current state of education in this area, like in Uganda? The current state. I think the current state is, I wouldn't say good, but stable. Most of the children have been able to access education, both on the urban and level. Do you feel education is a right or a privilege? I think and I believe it's a right. How has the lack of education affected the lives of young people, in your opinion? The lives of young people, in my opinion, I think most young people that have not been able to access education have come up with ways to survive and make money, which some are not illegal, and this is leading them to maybe go to prison or live distressed life.
Hi, sorry to bother you. Do you have a minute?
Yeah, I have.
I am doing a short interview for a school project. Can I ask you a few questions?
Yes, you can ask.
What do you think about quality education?
Quality education is good. Everyone have a good education, but some of them here in Africa, they can't afford good quality education. So that's the problem. They can't afford. That's the problem.
So, what may be the main cause of lack of access to quality education?
The main cause they lack equipment. Some schools they lack equipment. They can't afford to buy all those equipment. Some of them they lack money. They don't have that income to access all needs for school they need. So that is major cause.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, in your opinion,
Yes.
is it something everyone needs?
Yeah, in my opinion, everyone needs to have a quality education, a good health, a good everything to be good. But sometimes they can't afford. But necessarily, in my opinion.
So that's all.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.